Episode 138. Why rich people focus on owning things. Can that be right? Because Carlos always says, if there's one thing he knows, he don't know anything. But if there's one thing he doesn't own anything, I don't own anything. Why would I own anything when I own everything? It's counterintuitive, right? Leverage. We own the God made the world so abundant that we own everything. We don't gotta own the gym in papers to own it. That's deep, right or wrong?
To have control.
I don't see the owner of the gym playing in the gym, right? So we own it. If the gym is closed, it doesn't affect. If it affects the owner financially, but it affects us because it impacts us. You see the difference? That's why in this organization we're in the transformation business, not the transaction. So with all that said, why rich people focus on owning things. Welcome to episode 138 of the CMR Podcast Network. Today we're diving into why rich people focus on owning things. Wealthy individuals understand the importance of ownership, not just for status, but for control, security, and long-term growth. In this episode, we'll explore the mindset and strategies behind building wealth through ownership and why it's critical to focus on assets rather than liabilities. Assets rather than liabilities. Liabilities, they take away from you. Assets, they put into you. So, the power of ownership. Assets over liability. Wealth is built by acquiring things that grow in value or generate income. How you doing, first of all, Andy?
Thank you for having me, Carlos. I'm grateful to be here in this chair, sitting down and on the podcast. I'm doing excelentemente bien, positivo, productivo y intencional. Spiritually, you want to have a good connection with God and get to know thyself so you could pick which side of life you want to be on. Because I feel like life is all psychology. You once said, wrote it down in my notebook. You said life is 80% psychology and 20% systems and process. Then mentalmente, the more you learn, the more you earn. Y'all should check out the episode he did with Vanessa. He said that two things. I took away two things from what you said, which was self-educate and then create value. Now, notice I didn't mention money, create value. And then físicamente, health is the ultimate wealth. When people see you, check out the episode we did, steps to become a multimillionaire. Everybody wants money, but you said the key thing that helped you was the physical pillar, going to the gym. Because when people see you, they see discipline. Then emocionalmente, estamos en crecimiento, no en sentimiento, as the saying goes. He who cannot control his emotions cannot control his personal or business life. So you want to have your emotions in check. Y financieramente, we all have a purpose. That's why I'm grateful to be here to create value through communication.
Assets over liabilities. Wealth is built, once again, by acquiring things that grow in value or generate income. Wealth is built by acquiring things that grow in value or generate income, or both. Grow in value and generate income. You could have both, right? So why is owning assets the key to building long-term wealth?
The key to
why is owning assets the key to building long-term wealth? Because everybody wants to have things, right? They want to have the dream car, the dream home, but everything starts with the dream business, right?
Right.
Why is owning assets like businesses, right, that produce cash flow?
Owning assets is the key to wealth because when you asked me that question, I was reflecting that I'm gonna hold myself accountable and watch why equity is the name of the game. You played a video, I don't want to spoil it for him, but what I took away is that equity, because he was an employee, but he didn't have no percentage of the business, although he did participate in the business, but he owned nothing out of it. So that affected his wealth. Forget about his health. It affected his wealth when it comes to monetary things.
I want to play that video also. But before I play it, control and independence. Ownership provides freedom and control over financial decisions. Once again, ownership provides freedom and control over financial decisions. When you're the owner, you make decisions where the money goes, where you could spend the money, where you invest money. You got me? If that expense, no, that expense, yes. You know what I mean? You got to control the financial decisions, if it makes sense. So, John D. Rockefeller, he just didn't say,
he who works all day has no time to make money.
Or
he wanted, or I want a world full of workers, not thinkers.
He also said, own nothing, control everything. You see, Even John D. Rockefeller has the same psychology. Own nothing, control everything. I don't know if that makes sense. That's one of his quotes. So, let me basically put the video.
Rich. I have become rich by the way in which
the secret rich people know.
Rich the way in which you become truly rich. Rich people have a secret. Normal people, they work, they grind, they have a job, maybe a second job, driving an Uber, maybe a third job, delivering food. They sell their life and money. Wealthy people.
What did you understand from that?
My mind was somewhere else. I won't lie to you.
Do that. 40 right way in which you become truly rich. Rich people have a secret. Normal people, they work, they grind, they have a job, maybe a second job, driving an Uber, maybe a third job, delivering food. They sell their life and money. Wealthy people don't do that. 40 years ago.
What do you get from that beginning of the video? Before I keep playing the video.
In order to be part of the 1%, you got to do the things that 99% of the people do. You got to. You can't do what 99% of the people do. He said poor people, they just want to go to work. They get first job.
They're hustling.
Exactly.
You get me? They're exchanging their time for money, right?
Working hard, not smart.
They're working hard, not smart. But look, notice what wealthy people do. Rich people. Rich, wealthy, right?
I started working in a factory and I went up the ranks and I ended up as managing director of a multi-billion pound company. And I was well rewarded for that. Or I thought I was. I earned $400,000 a year. But the last thing I was involved in was selling that company to another company for 18.6, wait for it, billion. Now I was an employee. I was not an owner. So the way in which rich people get really rich, they have ownership. They focus on owning things. So for the last 20 years, since I learned that lesson, I have become rich. I have become rich by owning things. If you focus on owning assets, not on selling your life for money, in a quiet way, you just start to buy houses, buy stocks and shares, start your own company. This is the way in which you become truly rich, not by doing overtime, a second or a third job. Is the way in which you become.
EP, focus on owning assets. Text it, please, Emily. Focus on owning assets. So I could do it with Jay Andy, so I could break that down deeper. You get me? That way, every time we do an episode, we could recommend an episode that goes deeper into whatever we spoke. Mm-hmm. If it makes sense, to give more clarity to the people, right? Focus, episode, EP for Day One Podcast. Focus on owning assets. What are assets? Anything that produces cash flow. A lot of people, they don't know that your dream car could be an asset as long as you're thinking in terms of others. See, everything I have gotten in my life, straight up, has always been because I always thought of others. I don't know if that makes sense.
You prioritize others and then
it's counterintuitive because I look like a selfish man. But I'm selfish. The man that works all day has no time to make money or to personal develop. If you work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. That's what I've been doing all my life. Working hard on myself. So I could have that leverage. Because remember, what separates the best from the rest is mindset. I want to be different. So to be different, I got to think different. I got to move different. I got to act different. Everything has to be different. Make sense or doesn't make sense?
Correct.
So what message do you get overall from the video, from the intro of the video to the end of the video to this whole thing, why rich people focus on owning things?
I mean, I feel like this is a very intriguing title that you chose, and I look forward to everything that you have to say, and also as the team as well. But from the video I've seen, the poor people, they work, they get multiple jobs. I don't rely on one single income, make investments to make second, third, how you have it there, but they're doing it the wrong way. And then the rich
because they're giving their time.
Exactly. And then the rich person, well, the one that became rich, he learned a big lesson, but he also started from the bottom and tried to climb his way up on the wrong way.
Because he used to work in a factory, but he was at least the best employee.
Correct.
Kept moving up the ladder.
Correct.
Because that's another thing. A lot of people, they just stay in the same ladder. They stay still because they don't want to grow. Because the next level, even working in a factory or working anywhere, it requires you to get yourself out of your comfort zone. It requires you to learn new skills. Notice managers, leaders of businesses or factory, whatever, right? They got to develop their character.
Right.
Because they got to move people.
Correct.
People that are working implementation, they need to be told what to do. But the minute you move to unification, you get to tell others what to do because you're unifying people. I don't know if that makes sense. But to unify people and make everybody a one, you got to literally vision-driven leader plus teamwork. So somebody has to hold that vision, hold that area in order to move things forward.
Correct.
Right? In order for things to succeed.
And then he also took the biggest lesson he learned financially and turned it to his biggest blessing. Because then he started moving accordingly. Because he already had the wisdom, the knowledge. Because wisdom is applied knowledge. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge, but until I apply, it's just going to be pure.
Simple. Go leave with this quote.
What's up?
An asset a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. Hit me up every day. Tell me, hit me up. Send me an asset. I'm serious.
Me too.
An asset a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. We could literally create an asset every day. I don't know if it makes sense. Obviously, those assets have to make sense because that's the issue. Because I could create an asset for a brother, for a sister, meaning an opportunity. But if these people, they don't work asset,
No estamos en nada.
no estamos en nada. Right?
Correct. But thank you, Carlos.
Own nothing, control everything. John D. Rockefeller. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ownership versus renting. Why rich people focus on owning things. Here with Vanessa. We just finished doing an episode, me and Vanessa, for Lucy Sombra. What was the name of the episode, Vanessa? The best years of your life.
Yeah.
We did an episode in Spanish, right, for Lucy Sombra, for her audience, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are wasting their time on a 9 to 5, right? Working hard,
Yeah.
right? But not simply just working hard. They're working, losing themselves
They want to pay bills.
because they haven't found their purpose.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
That's right.
But why rich people focus on owning things? How you doing, first of all, Vanessa?
Excelentemente bien, Carlos. Espiritualmente, spiritually, mentalmente, mentally, físicamente, physically, emocionalmente, emotionally, financieramente, financially. El que no sirve para servir, no sirve para vivir. Una is to serve, not decide to live. Positive, productive, and intentional.
Okay, so let's talk, Vanessa, about ownership versus renting. It's a day why rich people focus on owning things, right? Short-term versus long-term thinking. Renting is often a temporary solution. Ownership creates lasting value. Why do wealthy prioritize ownership over renting? Are you wealthy, first of all?
No.
Why you're not wealthy?
Because I had to become the person. And I recognize that part, I can say I'm wealthy in my body because I have but as I say in money or something like that, no. I'm not.
You're ungrateful then.
Why?
Because rich people, wealthy people say, how can I afford it? You got me? They don't say they can't afford it. They don't say they don't have it. You got me? Why do wealthy people prioritize ownership over renting? If you're renting the same amount of money that you're paying in rent, you could literally pay it as a mortgage.
Yeah. So many limiting beliefs.
Okay, is it in your calendar? Why do wealthy prioritize ownership over renting? Do you prioritize in your calendar? Do you block 30 minutes of your time for your first home?
I start looking up and I just say I don't want to blaming other people. I gonna blame myself because I know I wanted something, I had to go what I want.
Ask, seek, knock.
Yeah, but sometimes
Ask
when you
means
have so many,
always seek knowledge. People perish because of lack of knowledge, right? Hosea 4:6. But now, if you ask, always seek knowledge, right? You got ask, seek, knock, right? You got to look.
yeah,
And then when you look, you got to knock. Or you want things to come.
you come right
See,
away.
even
right?
in the Bible it says, ask, seek, knock.
Yeah.
Be, do, have. These are little, success formulas for people to get what they want.
And I understand, Carlos. It's so many real estate when people they supposed to focus and thing they supposed to do and they not focus. I'm gonna like put it like my perspective. I had to do so many things, and I don't know if I procrastination a lot, or I
You
don't
got to
know.
learn how to buy back your time. You got
Yeah,
to know how to, manage your time, master your time, master
master
your
your life.
life. You got me?
Yeah.
Renting pays someone else. Owning pays you. Renting pays someone else.
Hmm.
Owning pays you. So short term versus long term thinking. Why do the wealthy prioritize ownership over renting?
When they just prioritize over renting because they know they're gonna get like how I can say equity or
When you
this.
own things, you got equity,
Yeah.
right? But you also could get cash flow, right?
Yeah, because they know
But
they coming
also it could increase in value.
through.
Make sense?
Yes, makes
Like I'm gonna
sense.
give you perspective. Your dream car, right?
Hmm.
If it's turned into a business, the customer's the one paying for the car
Yeah,
payment.
not me. Yes,
Make sense or no?
that's makes sense. Everything has to be business.
That's why you gotta look at everything like a business.
Yeah.
If it makes sense. So wealth creation through equity. Building equity through ownership leads to compounding growth. What are some examples of how equity builds wealth?
Oh, like
What are some
example.
examples of how equity builds wealth? You want me to give you examples?
You can give me a example because you have more experience in me, but I want to listen to you first.
Okay, let's say, for example, let's say you would have bought your first home
Mm-hmm.
with the FHA loan, right? 3.5% down payment, right? The minute that home, your tenants are paying for it. Let's say you live in the basement attic,
Mm-hmm.
first floor, second floor is rented, right? Every time you pay the mortgage, you're building equity. You might not see that money, but you could refinance every 6 months, every year, especially if the property also goes up in value. You could
Mm-hmm.
now refinance and get the money that you invested. You still own the property. Now you could buy a second
A
property
second
and
property.
keep doing
Oh.
rinse and repeat.
And how about with the car? Like, see, you have like expensive cars. It could be like that or no?
We could do the same thing with an expensive car, but the thing is, when it comes to a car, let's say for example, a home is like a tree. It's in one spot,
Oh,
but a
okay.
car,
Like move.
people could crash it, they could hit it. It's more
Okay.
of a liability.
Oh,
We
okay.
could turn a liability into an asset, but now we gotta like what? Because for example, the home, if they destroy the home, we'll know where the home is at. But
Yeah.
if they destroy the car,
Okay, now,
think
yeah, they
about it.
can. That's true.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be dealing with different customers?
No.
Huh?
No.
Let's say you would have had an exotic car right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the balls to be renting it out to fucking different type of people?
No.
Huh?
No.
Imagine a bunch of different races come and rent the cars,
Yeah, like
right?
say, I know.
Do you want to deal with them?
No.
Huh?
I had to
Then they
hide it.
fucking scratch the
I had
rim,
to hide it
and then you
someone
tell them,
else.
hey bro, I gave you the car.
Like
You got me. Look how you
perfect.
giving me the car with a scratch rim. And they're like, but nah, you gave me the car with the rim scratch.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I
true.
mean or no?
Yeah,
So
I
now you
know
got to
that.
know how to deal with people. So para uno no partirle la cabeza a una gente, un moreno de eso,
Yeah.
right? Right? You make sense now, you got it? Because if
Yes,
I would have
makes sense.
known, if the Giandis of the world, the Mannings of the world could have dealt with the people, it would have been different.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes, makes
Like
sense.
before, I had, for example, this girl, she was in charge of renting her truck that I got with her, right? And then I'm like, let me give her one of the trucks. Next thing you know, they stole one of the trucks.
Wow.
It was rented for 1 day, so it's not worth it sometimes. To give a $200,000 car for $1,000, you got me? Just one of the rims is more than
It's
that.
more
Make
expensive than
sense?
that. Yes,
So
makes
people could
sense.
also take it for just to take apart. Make sense or no?
Yes, makes
That's
sense.
why that's a tricky business.
Mm.
Now you get why?
Yeah. I had to find someone else like to do all the work.
Yeah, now you understand. If we got people to do the work, but I don't want to I don't want to have my focus diluted into that. Because I don't want people hitting me up. Hey Carlos, they scratched the car. How are we gonna fix this? I don't want my mind to be occupied with minutiae stuff. But if you would have became the person, we would have went and picked up a Lamborghini Urus, but your business, Lucy Sombra, and everything else that you're doing is already paying for those things. Because you're getting cash flow and we could write off the vehicle. Make sense or doesn't make sense?
Yes, my son.
Huh?
Yes, my son.
Huh? So,
I understand the part.
what else can you tell the world, Vanessa, when it comes to ownership versus renting? Tell the world and tell your future self why you haven't made the decision, to own your first home.
Okay, but I can say I made my own decision to have my own because I pay rent, but I don't want to be like to pay rent. I want to be like the not the tenant, like to know, like the owner. But when you say like ownership, what I understand about ownership, this is the best because you have asset, you have equity, how I say before. And like the thing is you can buy like real estate. When you have like your own thing, you're gonna get asset, you're gonna get cash flow, how you say. But as you like got liability, it's
Liabilities.
like you're gonna spend. Like you can get money, but all these things you have to pay. But now see I have like two multiple house, like home. I can get money, I can live free.
The problem is not buying the asset. There's no problem in reality. But the issue is that comes once you buy the asset,
Mm.
managing it.
Oh,
Make sense? Maintaining it.
Maintaining.
If it makes sense.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Can you
sure.
buy an asset right now, let's say to your son? Will he be able to deal with the tenants?
No.
He don't got the mental bandwidth.
Yes.
They're gonna take him as a joke.
Mhm.
You got to become the person, develop your character, and a lot of little different things.
Yes.
Right? Because if not, the
tenants.
tenants are gonna be calling you. Oh, the toilet's not working.
Yeah.
This is not working. They're gonna drive you crazy,
They're gonna reach me out because
right?
I'm the owner.
Because you're the owner. They're gonna be, well, you're the owner. You
You
gotta
have
fix
to
it.
repair. Yeah, you have
Make
to repair
sense?
everything. Yes, Ricardo.
So, what else can you tell the world, Vanessa? Why
Yeah.
rich people focus on owning things?
What I can say, they just focus in ownership because they know the equity they can get it, and they know the money they've been putting like working, But see, you're going to 9 to 5, yeah. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna ownership anything, but your wealth thing not gonna be more, split like more big because all the money you get it, you have to save it, and after you save it, you're gonna like buy and then you want to like invest, but you have to wait like so many years. But as you investing, like
Let me give a free game. All right, Chase, get up to 7,500 towards a new home purchase. See if you qualify for a Chase home buyer grant. Chase is giving a grant right now, 7,500 if you qualify. Chase home buyer grant puts home ownership within reach. But you see, plus we offer low down payment options too. Like for example, look at this, Emily, right now. Chase is called DREA Maker, DREA Maker Mortgage. The DREA Maker Mortgage is a 3% down payment. Chase right now has a lesser down payment right now than the FHA. Look, the Federal Housing Administration, FHA, is 3.5% down payment. But look at right now, the Chase DREA Maker Mortgage, it's 3% down payment. Shout out to Sam, the realtor. Sam, brother, you got to be telling the world these things. You got me? Telling your people these things. You got me? I'm up to date, A through Z. I don't need to be a realtor. Like I'm up to date with anything, creative financing and all that. So, for example, a $300,000 home, let's say, guys, download the app, NJMLS, or, Zillow, any of those apps, or contact Sam, the realtor. You got me? Let's say even a $500,000 home times 3% down payment. That's $15,000. Do you have $15,000 to buy a home right now? Yes or no?
I can leverage.
You do have it. So what is people's problem? First of all, how you doing, Emily, today? Today. No, let me not talk about yesterday. Today. How you doing today?
Excelentemente bien.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very sure.
How's your energy? Why rich people focus on owning things. See, rich people, wealthy people, we're focused on opportunities, creating visions. You got me? How can we uplift others, motivate others, inspire others? How can we invest in a brother or a sister? How can we help a brother or sister buy their first home? You get me?
Mhm.
Okay, the dream car, the same thing, anything. But everything started with the what? The dream business. But if a sister or brother doesn't want to basically do the minimum thing for their dream business, can we help them?
No.
Because they're not helping themselves and they're not helping the world.
Okay.
Because they lack consistency. Right or wrong?
That's right.
Right? How you doing?
Excelentemente bien. Spiritually, espiritualmente, mentally, mentalmente, physically, físicamente, emotionally, emocionalmente, y financially, financieramente. Porque que nos sirve para servir, nos sirve para vivir. Because he who doesn't live to serve doesn't serve living. Positive, productive, intentional.
Why positive? What's the
Positive,
number one step to riches?
positive mental active.
That's where people fail. How's your energy today?
How you feel your energy? My energy.
Today is excellent. Well, yesterday, it was like Mars. You and Mars could have been together. Shout out to Mars. His energy was better today. Yesterday, he was nowhere to be found. Because the day before yesterday, his energy was like fucking, he went to the cemetery. But your energy yesterday, it felt like you went to a fucking cemetery.
Well, my energy yesterday, I feel there was normal.
You see, that's the thing. People don't have self-awareness. I bet you anything, if you work more on your self-awareness, especially when it comes to energy management, you got me? You'll literally be able to attract everything you want while rich people focus on owning things. Make sense or no?
Yeah.
So the types of things wealthy people own: businesses and investments. Owning businesses and investments creates passive income streams. What types of assets should you focus on owning to build wealth, Emily?
What type of assets?
Yes.
Like the assets before or the new assets? Because we invest in three things.
Okay.
Ourselves, attention, and people. So, but before, people just wanted to invest in real estate. So, how the world is heading is better invest in a person. So, helping that person to become the person, and then you're going to get a percent of their business, their ideas, the ideas they're going to manifest.
John D. Rockefeller said he'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of his effort. But Carlos said he'd rather have 1% of 100 people's businesses than 100% of one business.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you understand why, if we're here helping you with your business, if you're not consistent, it affects not just Emily. It doesn't just affect the world, but it also affects people that believe in you, that are investing in you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
What type of assets should you focus on owning to build wealth?
Help people accomplish their dreams.
Have you been helping people accomplish their dreams right now?
Not in not in the spotlight.
Not in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay. That's because you're helping your mother.
Yeah.
You've been helping yourself,
Yeah.
right? Just the attention that you don't like it. Why you don't like attention? If you know this organization, one of the most important thing was not record, is not remember. Like everybody in this organization needs to basically, understand that we're day trading attention.
I know that, but I haven't said that I don't like the attention now. Before I didn't like it, but I don't want to keep recording every single day.
Why not?
I want to develop new skill. I want to invest this time to do other things.
Okay. So your personal brand is not it's not an asset. Why rich people focus on owning things. That's a digital asset. Every time you record, every time we record, that's digital asset. You don't know what video will go viral or what message will go viral. And then we're not doing this it's just the impact. You don't know what question you'll ask me or vice versa. And God will use you and us, you get me, to transmit a message. You see, you still don't know why. What's the point of the podcast? Why this? Why that? Why everything? Why do you think this podcast, CMR Podcast Network, is everything starts with why?
Challenging the status quo.
Why?
Because we as humans are used to.
I'm telling you right now, your limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
You got a limiting belief. So you're telling me that something else is more important than recording? Or is it because I attack you too much?
I don't care about that.
You don't care about that?
No.
Why not?
That make me grow. That keep me out of my comfort zone.
But you could say one thing, but you could do a different thing. Yesterday, what was yesterday's episode? The name?
Something about energy. But
why your energy shapes your results. Okay. Why you didn't want to do that one?
I didn't want to do 2 episodes before that one. I had told you before that I didn't want to keep recording every single day. But yesterday, because it was about energy, you bring it up.
No.
Yeah.
So you said, and it was because you didn't want to be having your makeup, things like that.
And I also don't want to keep putting my makeup on because I want to keep let my face rest from the makeup.
I don't understand you, Emily. Let's let the world understand you. It's easier to change the person than to change them. But wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few ones. Epitaxious. Epitaxious. I don't know if that's how you say it. Epitatus. Epitatus. What else can you tell the world, Emily?
Why will people just focus on having that?
Real estate is a foundational asset for building and preserving wealth. Have you bought your first home?
No, I haven't.
How does real estate play a critical role in wealth accumulation?
Because every time you pay the rent, you are accumulating in the mortgage. You are accumulating equity.
And you can also make cash flow.
Yeah, with the tenants paying you the rent.
And you also get appreciation.
Every 6 months and a year?
Yeah, roughly. If the property goes up in value, right?
Yeah.
So that's like saving money. So look, picture if you have a property that you bought it for 350 grand, but that property, even if it went up 375, 350, right? In value. Because obviously if you buy something, you're not going to sell it for the same price you bought it.
No.
Right? But imagine it went up in value. Now it's worth 400 because inflation and all that, right? And the good thing about real estate is the tax, advantages, right? A lot of write-offs, certain things, right? So let's say the property went up $50,000, but you're a teacher and you make $50,000 a year unearned income. You right now made through your property, just owning your first home, 50,000, right? Notice how real estate creates wealth. Okay. You made 50,000, right? But you're also getting the equity. The cash flow. Okay. If it makes sense. Plus, you're not the one paying the mortgage. So pretty much it's like saving money. That's why you got to save money in the bricks. Shout out to Mars, brick by brick. Saving money in the bricks. Now you understand? Yeah. So if you, instead of saving money in the bank, you buy your first home, FHA loan. But now there's a better loan. And literally that was today I found out about that thing because they sent me an email. I'm subscribed. You see? The Chase. So remember, the Chase Drea Maker mortgage is 3% down payment. So on a $500,000 home, it's only 15 grand. That 15 grand, even Porfirio Rubirosa will get equity. You got me? We'll get a equity right there. 1 home, 2 home, 3 home. Even getting creative. Yeah, sure. But people, they don't think. How can we help people that do not think? That they still have a worker mentality. What skill are you trying to get, Emily, right now?
What skill?
Yeah, straight up.
Personal brand.
Personal branding?
Yeah.
You want to know what's the best way to develop the skill?
Hmm.
In the field. You're developing your personal brand right now. What better skill set is that?
Want to do it behind the camera,
In what sense?
helping other people
How?
gain exposed.
How? Give more clarity.
How do I want to help other people get the personal brand out?
Yeah.
Like bringing knowledge to other people, how they can brand themselves, bringing ideas for them.
The best way to help people is by leading by example. I'll listen more to a brother or sister that is living it and is living what they preach than a brother or sister that just want to help, but they haven't lived that. You could believe me, dream home, dream car, dream business, everything. Because I have lived by example. And I became the person, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And personal brand, you cannot believe me. But right now, you could believe me because every day I'm showing up consistently. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So we all need to understand the importance of branding. As CEOs of our own company, we need to be what? Head marketer for the brand called us. So if you're in the CMR podcast network, you have Ants Believe, right? You have to record minimum once a week with me.
Yeah.
Where I gotta go in your podcast. Have we recorded this week?
No.
You cancel. You cancel last minute. You cancel when I was sitting down already.
Yeah, you told yesterday or the day
You
before
came with the
that.
excuse that your heart was hurting. How the fuck your heart is hurting when I'm
No.
here sitting down just waiting?
It wasn't that day.
Yes, it was.
No.
It was Tuesday.
No, I was in the library. I wasn't sitting down there.
What?
When I was sitting down there was when my heart was hurting, not when I was in the library.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Well, you cannot come and say, but moving forward,
okay.
where rich people focus on owning things. Guys, the number one thing you want to own right now is your personal brand. Your personal brand will literally be the domino effect. Thank you, Emily. Your personal brand will be the domino effect for everything else. But most people, like the Emilys of the world, they don't get that. If you work on your personal brand, I'm going to put it in perspective. Elon Musk, personal brand is worth more than Tesla or SpaceX than his business brands. So if we're here working on our personal brand, CMR Podcast Network is just not Carlos. You own this. Everybody else owns this. Because the minute we use CMR Podcast Network as the domino effect, the vision-driven leader plus teamwork equals success. The channel every day has the consistency, right? The channel has the personal brand already, you know, the business brand already has people working on them, right? But also the channel now has another company working on the growth, search engine optimization, if it makes sense, right? But the skill sets that we had to develop, obviously, let me basically get an image when it comes to the skill sets. You have asked me question, highly profitable skills to learn, right? AI and ML, blockchain, cloud computing, content creation, copywriter, cybersecurity, data science and analytics, data visualization, digital marketing, graphic design, project management, SEO. No, world. Now, when you're operating in imagination or communication or unification, remember we leverage other people's efforts. Emily is trained to work hard. She's trained to want to do the work. This organization is not to do the work, it's to delegate the work. Who, not how. The organization is so you could become the asset. Why rich people focus on owning things. Start owning your own name. Start owning your own self. Start owning your own time. Why rich people focus on owning things. Own your time. Why you don't want to own your time? Buy back your time. Make sense or no? So when a sister or brother sits there and tries to basically go against the status quo, that's why yo le doy duro. Porque they want to understand life from their point of view. But if their point of view is not bringing the results, I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's a pleasure, it's a privilege to fucking sit and create content. You got me? Because you don't know, first of all, what could literally, impact or go viral, whatever. You got me? And at the end of the day, I don't know, man. That's me. I'm the one that is wrong. The mindset of ownership. Let's talk about the mindset of ownership. Thinking like an owner, not like a worker, right? Wealthy people think in terms of control and legacy rather than consumption. How does an ownership mindset differ from a consumer mindset? She's thinking from a consumer. She wants to help people, but the way she wants to help people is different from how we want to help people. We want to help people better by us becoming the business, us becoming the asset, us bringing our experience, our knowledge, our stories to the world. She doesn't want to bring that because she doesn't want to develop her communication skills. She wants to stay silent and work behind the scene like una cucaracha. That's not what we want. Not in this organization. We do need people to be behind the scene, this and this, that. But she has way too much potential to be behind the scene. Make sense?
Yeah.
So her limiting beliefs, you got me? Like, shout out to the Edgars, life is a mess. Hers is ends belief, right? Her beliefs system is still fucked up. She's still programmed subconsciously. I don't know if that makes sense. Tiene cucaracha. Make sense or no?
How you said she got viruses.
She got viruses, right? Wealthy people think in terms of control and legacy rather than consumption. So how does an ownership mindset differ from a consumer mindset?
An owner mindset from a consumer is that I was writing the book today. I took time on my reflection time to just sit down and write. And it's like how I said earlier, you want to be on which side you want to be. Most people say I want to get to the top, but I don't see no such thing as the top because it's always going to be levels to levels to levels. But how you mentioned the quote by John D. Rockefeller, control nothing, own nothing, control everything.
Own nothing, control everything. J.D. Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller.
Exactly. It's just everything lies down on which side of which side of life you want to be. You want to be in the consumer, or you want to be a creator. You want to be controlled, you want to be controlling, or you want to be controlled. Everything lands on pick your poison.
But notice how in implementation, you have to be told what to do, right? In unification, you tell others what to do. The best way to know if you were destined to become an entrepreneur, ask yourself, do you like others telling you what to do? That's deep. If you don't like others to tell you what to do, or if your boss, leader rubs you the wrong way, that's God in the universe telling you you're destined to entrepreneurship. See, right now with this message, we could impact people.
Right.
But it takes two people to rub both ideas. I don't know if it makes sense. It could take the teacher and the student because the teacher only appears when the student is ready. But I do need the students limiting beliefs so I can bring them that, break that, if it makes sense.
Right.
And I got to do it live. But most people, they don't get it. They'll take it personal. You got me? But what they don't know, this is tough love. Teacher appears when the student is ready. The teacher will never help the student if the student, every time the teacher tries to help them, they take everything as an attack. They take it offensive. Shout out to the Vanessas of the world. They take everything fucking personal, offensive, everything. And they still, to this day, they still say, they still don't admit it. They're like the Mannies of the world. And like the Jihadis of the world. Fucking wasting time, fucking taking the Mannies to the world to the fucking airport. The fuck, you're an Uber?
Nah.
A taxi?
Nope.
What do you win taking a brother to the airport? Huh? That's low vibration, bro. First, you become valuable. That 1 hour, I promise you, invest it correctly, there's no money that would literally match that 1 hour.
It wasn't for the money.
But straight up.
I understand.
You don't get my point, man. It's like I still don't get it.
I could have invested in another aspect that would have been
like the Vanessa of the world that told me that she's still spending right now 1 hour cooking. 1 times 30 is what?
30.
That's in 30 days, she could have developed her fucking English. How much do you think food would cost? An average. Let's say, to put in perspective, $15. Let's say it's 20. 20 times 30.
600.
600. Hey, Carlos, can you let me borrow $600? Now you go take that 1 hour, order your food, and you fucking, that 1 hour, invest it straight to your English. Well, they don't think like that. They don't think like that.
That's the message you're trying to tell me. That instead of driving him, I could have invested that hour in something else.
In a skill set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
Because now she develops her English, it's going to be better now for other things. But makes sense or doesn't make sense? So I don't understand when it comes to people's mindset. The mindset of ownership. Thinking like an owner. Delay gratification. Ownership often requires sacrifices today for bigger rewards tomorrow. Understand, ownership often requires sacrifices today for bigger rewards tomorrow. So the sacrifice that she has to make is, hold up, I'm not gonna cook. I'd rather plan the whole month. I'm gonna open an account just for my food. I'm gonna make sure I don't go over this daily, this monthly, But that 1 hour, it should be laser focused, tunnel vision, working on the most important skill set that I need to develop right now. Because everybody has different journey.
Right.
Some people are gifted. Some people are gifted to have communication skills from birth. Some people, I've been gifted that I've never been shy. I've been a confident man all my life, but I know why I've been confident. Because I've always been the pressure. I've always been in a leadership position. So the way I see people is not that I'm superior over them, but I always saw people's blind spot. So the minute I'm able to put myself to fly so big like an eagle, I'm able to have leverage over others. That's why it's not that I do this to people, but give, jab. So then when they bring some bullshit, I right hook them. Because I'm going to have so much leverage. You got me? Emily's going to be able to play that video that we did today. She makes no sense. And I'm saying this shit on video. If I make no sense, put it in the comment. I don't know if it makes sense. For low vibrational motherfuckers, chickens, they're going to be like, but she should do whatever she wants to do. Yes. But this organization is about growing. Who, not how. Buy back your time. We work smart, not hard. Why? Yo, I've never understood the mannies of the world. Why would I need a barber license when the mannies of the world already have, they're ready? Why would I pay $8,000 to get a barber license?
I feel like I've learned to put myself in everybody's position, in everybody's shoes. Like Emily you said she got a limiting belief, but you want what's best, not just for her, but for everybody.
I do put myself in people's shoes, but they got to raise their standards to meet me in my standard.
Of course.
I'm not lowering myself to their standard.
Is that you don't?
I'd rather change them than to change them.
That's how you are.
But why would I go down to their level? Why would you get yourself a coach mentor in the first place then? You want to stay still where you at. Why get a coach? Why get a mentor? Maybe I'm wrong.
It's true. I'm not saying that it's true.
Huh?
I agree.
Why is delayed gratification essential for building ownership?
Delayed gratification is essential, not only just for building ownership, but anything you want to do in life, because delayed gratification is the best gratification. And we talked about the video. He was getting instant money, but that equity is long-term, because we could have equity right now, but if the business is not going nowhere, you got to have hope and faith and believe that it's going to succeed. Because delayed gratification, nothing happens overnight.
You got to put in the work.
Of course.
So if they're not consistent, if she's not consistent recording and believe, can the channel grow?
It's a building. If you don't put in time to build up that floor, put in the work.
You want to hear the funny thing? Her channel was the channel growing the fastest when we first started.
She was putting in the most work at first.
You see?
I'm being for real.
Well, you see?
Right. Consistency 360. Shout out to Manny. Wait, you have to stay consistent.
So imagine she would have stayed consistent.
Who knows? The what ifs of the world.
The what ifs. Owning your future starts with owning your mindset.
Amen.
Owning your future starts with owning your mindset. What separates the best from the rest is mindset. But I don't agree with her mindset. Her mindset,
I mean, just to say the least, just to
Some
give a
people are
chance.
happy to record,
Yeah,
but some people are not happy to record.
I'm just grateful to be on camera and be around somebody
But
like Carlos.
like, how the heck at last minute, when I'm sitting in that chair, I'm just waiting a second. And I'm like, hey, Emily, Vanessa, guys. I'm like, hold up. Out of nowhere. That her heart. You ever seen those people that, at last minute, you got me, like something happens?
They melt under pressure, but I'm gonna leave that for Emily to talk about. That's not for me to mention. But you mentioned something about controlling the mind, and guys, that's what I was gonna say. I put myself in both shoes, but I don't want to say somebody's right, but you got to see in life you can't. In the book goes, they're talking about the key is to push, not pull. Most people want to pull their way instead of pushing to the way that it's supposed to go. If every time I put myself in your shoes, let's say something happens between us, we don't see eye to eye. Put myself in your shoes. What was the message you was trying to get across? Does he have a point? Does it make sense that of everything? Trying to see what's best, not just for me, but for everybody. But when it comes to the topic of assets, you haven't learned something in this video now. Success leaves clues. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you. Why rich people focus on owning things. Why rich people focus on owning things. See, this segment, this episode today is supposed to bring awareness to people. You got me? Whoever wants to become rich, become wealthy, you have to focus on owning things. Working hard is not going to basically take you there. It's working smart. And to work smart, you have to sacrifice in the moment, right? In order to what? Reap in the future.
Yeah.
Because what you sow is what you reap,
It's
if it
true.
makes sense. So, to wrap this up with Vanessa, how to start owning things. Begin with small investments. Start by owning things within your reach and grow over time. But what steps can someone take today to start focusing on ownership, Vanessa?
Being honest.
What steps can someone take today to start focusing on ownership?
Okay. The first thing, what I can say, the first step the people they supposed to take is have their own business. Because when you start your own business, the business like the domino effect. Like
Okay, so that means Vanessa's pretty much telling you guys that everybody wants the dream car, dream home, but everything starts with the dream business.
Yes.
Excellent answer, Vanessa. Keep going.
Okay, and the next thing the people they supposed to like have.
So owning your business is necessary.
Yes.
What's the second thing?
Okay. I want to say the whole like home, like
The
house.
home. Okay, buying the first home,
Yes.
right? First home. Why the first home, Vanessa? Because you can leverage the government, right?
Yes.
FHA loan, you
FHA.
can leverage the banks, other people's money,
Yes.
institutional money, right? Right? That drill maker, you remember the thing that I said?
Which one?
I said it was the Drea Maker Mortgage. Chase
Oh,
Drea
yeah.
Maker Mortgage. It's a 3% down payment. And they're giving right now, get up to 7,500 if you qualify. So that means it's a 3% down payment.
Mhm.
And on top of that, they're giving you 7,500.
Oh.
You don't get it or don't get it?
Yes, I'm getting.
Huh?
Why the people they not take it?
Well, people, there's so many resources out there.
They have
Because in
to-
reality, the government wants people to get in debt.
yeah, they can
Yeah.
be controlled. Like
You got me? Because the thing is, when people get in debt, you got me? There's good debt and bad debt. Most people, buying a home is a liability, believe it or not. When you're an employee, when you're the one paying for the mortgage,
you have to pay every month
because you got to go to work to pay the mortgage, right or wrong?
Yes, right.
But when you transition from that employee mindset to the investor business mindset, now it's different. Make sense?
Yes.
Because now with money, you could buy people's time. You could buy people so they could have the skills, right?
Delegate.
Delegate, outsource. Now you understand why I moved delegating and outsourcing?
Yeah.
Right?
Before I didn't understand.
Why do I need a realtor license or why do I need a barber license when there's realtors out there?
You just bring, you just bring the idea.
And most people, they don't know that even buying a home, realtors, they're going to be like, oh, do you qualify? Hey, I'm an investor. Oh, I always qualify. Make sense or no?
Yes, makes sense.
Huh?
You don't have to you don't have to prove like
Income, not
just
makes
like
sense.
they know you invest in different things. Yeah.
You're gonna put more down payment, but it don't matter. Get
make,
yourself in the
yeah,
door.
you make money.
It's better. It's better literally buying the property, putting 20% down, right? Using OPM than not buying it at all. Why rich people focus on buying assets.
I don't know why
Poor people focus on buying liabilities.
Yeah, but you know, so
Oh,
many
you
people
focus on the next dress?
the next.
You don't get the joke?
Oh,
What color is the next dress gonna be? Pink? Red?
No.
What color?
Different.
What
Not
color?
Like that.
You're already thinking about it, right? What's the next color?
Not really.
Not really?
Mm-mm.
You don't think on those liabilities?
For now, I had to pay with my own money.
Reinvesting profits. Use income from owned assets to acquire more. Why is reinvesting key to expanding what you own?
Give me more clarity because you have more experience.
Okay. Use income from owned assets to acquire more. For example, you have money, you have funding. That money is to be invested into people.
Yeah, because I get the money.
Best investments on yourself, attention, and people. Right? Right? So if you go and invest on people, you're gonna get double your investment back.
I know.
Why are you not investing in people?
Okay.
What's your excuse?
No, I don't have excuse. You know what I understand about me? I have the feeling to help, right? But at some time, I just have when see people and not seeing value in me, like they just understand, like the best thing you invest in yourself and the best thing you become business owner, they not understand that part. And sometimes feel like
thing is you can't. You got to build a relationship with people first. Your network is your net worth. You got to inspire, motivate. Let me ask you a question. When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you proud of the woman you have become?
Yeah, you know what I start doing now? I know I like talk. I just talk myself to the mirror and I just say how I like representing myself to other people. And I want to see how they look at me. Because sometimes I feel I'm not give it to them like my best version.
Thing is, straight up, you're a person straight up, and I'm gonna say this on video. I've seen how you deal with people. Sometimes you give them straight up energy that scares them away.
Oh, yeah. Like how? How you see
like for example, you see a woman and I tell you that woman has potential. You got me? And you look at her like, I don't want to say like a competition, but you look at her like
no.
Yes.
Let me say something. You very wrong. I never know I had nobody to be
I'm always
like
wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong because
I'm always wrong. I was born wrong. That's why I question everything. Ignorance. I'm the most ignorant man alive. That's why.
Look, I'm very sure and like deep to my heart, I never feel like someone to see better like, oh, she's better than me. No. You maybe look at me like that and you so many times you tell me, Vanessa, you have like energy down, something like that. But it's not like because I see people competition. I never see women because I feel very...
Let me ask you another thing. Do you walk around with worries?
Do
you drift?
I don't.
Do you drift through time?
Yeah, I don't like.
Okay, so people they can sense drifter energy.
Oh yeah, maybe
you send out drifting energy. EP drifting energy.
This is gonna be like that part, but I'm not like maybe you look at me like that, but it's not like that.
Okay, Vanessa.
Yeah, Carlos.
As a teacher, I'm here looking at people's blind spot. I want to help people, but you guys, I'm not here to change your mindset either. You got me?
Oh.
Owning your future starts with owning your mindset. You don't own your mindset.
Yeah, it's still drift.
Ownership is the foundation of wealth, providing freedom, equity, and the ability to create lasting financial growth. Unsubscribe, world. We're too valuable to tell you to subscribe. So unsubscribe.
No, subscribe.
Like or dislike. No, put some negative comment there because we grow faster through negativity.
You know,
than positivity.
I know they're gonna lie because you empower them. You give so many knowledge to them. They're
You
gonna
think?
value.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you this thing. When you go on Instagram, your Instagram, right?
No,
Right?
not right now, but yeah.
Do people view more or do they like more?
They view more.
Huh?
They view more.
Why do you think they view more than like?
Because sometimes people they not agree what you do. I understand that, but they just like to go to the phone and they just see.
So they're watching.
Yeah.
People watching, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With all that said, thank you for watching.
Kind of.
Huh?
Yes.